What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Tuesday, May 4th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all of our other content goes live. Follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman, so you can get updates to these sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, let me know in the comments section who is your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. We are rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Rashawn Holmes, Pogo Stick, Darius Bazley, Malik Monk, and Lou Dort on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, we're going to the point guard spot. We're grabbing LaMelo Ball. He's 7,100, projected for 40. The goal's 45. He's in the optimal lineup 25% of the time. Now, I think Ball can play more than the 32 minutes that I gave him, but we've got no Devontae Graham here. We know there's no Gordon Hayward, and I believe it's Cody Martin that is out, but one of the Martin twins will not be playing today. 1.24 fantasy points per minute, 27% usage, almost 19 points, 6 assists, 6 boards, almost 2 steals. Now, it's a pace down spot against the Pistons, which isn't ideal. However, the Pistons are terrible. We have no idea who's actually playing for Detroit today. They can be sitting all sorts of different guys. I can't imagine anyone on the Pistons actually has any sort of rhythm. Hornets have a lot to play for, so I love getting to Ball. He should have more than point guard eligibility. That's kind of silly, but even with just point guard, he gets into my top 5. Now, speaking of dual eligibility, number 4, shooting guard small forward eligible Buddy Hield, 7,300, projected for 40. The goal's 46. He's in the optimal lineup 25% of the time. No De'Aaron Fox, no Harrison Barnes, and no Tyrese Halliburton, potentially no Metu. Buddy Hield's going to have the run of the show today. I've got him in for 38 minutes at 1.04 fantasy points per minute. Increased usage, 22% usage, 20.5 points, 6 assists, 5 boards, maybe a steal. A pace-up spot against Oklahoma City, who very clearly isn't very good. You get to roster Buddy Hield at shooting guard, small forward, guard forward, and utility. He will be the main shot taker, well, alongside Marvin Bagley at the very least, but there's going to be a ton to go around for Buddy Hield, and given that position, given that price tag, and given the guys that are out, you can't really get away from Buddy Hield today. Now, if you're looking to pay up, I'm going to go to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Power forward center eligibility, 10,700, projected for 58.5. The goal is 59.8, so he's basically there. 26% of the time he's in the optimal lineup. I've got him at 1.67 fantasy points per minute. That's less than the rate that he's had over the last 30 days. 35 minutes for Giannis, 33% usage, 31 real points, 11 boards, 6 assists, 2.5 stocks. It's a pace neutral spot against Brooklyn, but Brooklyn's defense is dreadful. We saw him have a pretty monster day the last time he faced the Nets, and I'm expecting that to happen again. 31, 11, and 6 seems like a fantastic day. It won't take much to make that 35, 14, and 10. Get yourself some Giannis, especially because you could roster him at power forward and center. That extra flexibility is incredibly helpful, and anytime that you can take anybody against the Brooklyn Nets, you should be doing that. Now we're taking a way up there, big step up in tiers. Marvin Bagley is the number 2 contender today. 40% of the time he's in the optimal lineup. That is massively higher than Giannis. He's power forward eligible, should have center eligibility as well. Just 5K. I've got him projected for 34. The goal is 37. I have him in for 30 minutes. I think that he can play more than that, particularly if Metu ends up ruled out. But we saw him play more than that their last game. 1.14 fantasy points per minute, 26% usage. You know Bagley's going to shoot. He can't do anything defensively, but offense is his game. 19 points, 8 boards, 2 assists, a stock and a half. That same matchup against Oklahoma City where he is better than the front court for Oklahoma City. This is a great spot for Bagley because I'm not a huge Marvin Bagley fan, but if he's playing Oklahoma City, a team that is half of a G League team, then this is great. Especially when he's priced at only 5K and should see a giant minutes boost over where he would normally be if this team was at full strength. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and then hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Then head on over to Twitter and follow me at Josh Engleman. It's the only place you're going to get updates to these sim results as we get closer to lock. And finally, underneath this video in the comment section, I need your favorite contender, your least favorite contender, and the contender that you think should be on this list that you have not seen. It's a two-man tier at the top, but DELON WRIGHT squeaks it out over Marvin Bagley. Point guard, shooting guard eligible, just 5,100, projected for 34.5. The goal's 37.5. He's in the optimal lineup 43% of the time. Now, everything that I said about the Oklahoma City matchup for Bagley is the same here, but DELON WRIGHT gets the benefit of no De'Aaron Fox and no Tyrese Halliburton in the backcourt. I'm expecting DELON WRIGHT to start and play big minutes. I've got him in for 32. I wouldn't be surprised if that number goes higher. Let's see, 1.18, is that right? 1.08. That's how bad I am at math right now because it's 8:20 a.m. 1.08 fantasy points per minute in 32 minutes. Almost neutral usage. 14.7 assists, 5 boards, and nearly 2 steals, which is very important for DELON WRIGHT. And you should expect the Thunder to cough it up a little bit. Look, DELON WRIGHT is just simply not priced to be the starter that he is today. And he gets the dual eligibility of point guard and shooting guard, which makes it even a little bit better. So you've got a lot of value on the Kings tonight. WRIGHT, Bagley, and HIELD are 1, 2, and 4 today. That's the direction that I'm looking to go. Load up on the Kings, but more specifically, load up on DELON WRIGHT, the #1 contender on DraftKings today. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Tuesday, May 4th. Process show is in the books. Go watch that. FanDuel version of this video is around here somewhere. Check that one out as well. Strategy show with Lofty at 10 a.m. And then that is it for me. No live before lock tonight. Keep your eyes peeled to my Twitter for the updates. Good luck tonight, everybody. I will see you again. Almost had it. I will see you again tomorrow for another edition of the Contenders.